Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. So today we're going to get super cozy and talk about mystery and thriller books. I don't know about you, but this is like one of my favorite genres and I just love a cozy mystery on a rainy day. So I'm really excited about talking about all of the books that I have loved from this genre. And I'm just going to dive right in, so let's just get started. And if you're new here, my name is Nea, short for Neha, and I'm really happy to have you. If you do like my channel, don't forget to subscribe so that you stay notified for all new videos that I put up. And yeah, with that, let's get started. So the first book I have, and I mean this is one of my all-time favorites, and that is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is like my all-time favorite mystery books. I read this in a day and it was just so amazing. So the plot of this is that there are like these 10 strangers that go to this island and they never meet their host, but they start dying one by one and you don't know who is killing them. And it's really strange because like if they're dying one by one and then there were none, so there is nobody at the end, so who exactly is killing these people? It's just so intriguing, and the setting is beautiful. It's like rainy, it's an island, and I just remember loving the whole like experience. And I'm definitely planning on rereading this because even though I like know the story, like the ending, I still like found the entire story so interesting, like the way the murderer could do it. Or is there a murder at all? I'm going to definitely be rereading it soon, but I highly recommend this to anyone who's looking for a cozy mystery. And it is a classic. It's Agatha Christie. I mean, I love Agatha Christie. I don't know about you, but yeah, so that's the first book. Then I have a lot of other Agatha Christie books and I didn't want to go into too detail with them because I didn't want to bore you, so I just picked up a few others that I really like. There are so many more by her, but this is like the classic, which is Murder on the Orient Express. There's even a movie on this, but yeah, it was really good. I remember not liking it like a whole lot just because it was so hyped, but I did like it. It's just that the ending was interesting. You can read it for yourself to find out, but basically it's a murder on this train called the Orient Express, obviously, and there's even Hercule Poirot in this one, so that's really fun because he is one of my favorite like detectives. Amazing. So yeah, then we have The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, again another book that I didn't anticipate the ending. It's quite popular as well. Sadly my copy is a little, yeah, because I had lended it out and then it came back to me like this. It's why I don't really lend my books, but like it's fine because I feel like I won't reread this, as I might actually, because I don't remember the details of the murder, but it was really like the ending is crazy. But again, I feel like once I've read this, I found other books to be not that intriguing because, so what I've seen is that other thriller writers or authors tend to use the exact tactic that's being used here. I have seen that being used in another book. I don't want to spoil you, so I'm not gonna say the name, but basically yeah, I have really loved it in this, but afterwards when the same tactic was used in another book, I just didn't like it. If you've read this, you know what I mean. But yeah, then I have the ABC Murders, again by Agatha Christie. Again, I'm not going to go into detail, but it's again another murder book. I just would recommend highly all of Agatha Christie books, to be honest. The next book I have is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and again another classic. I absolutely enjoyed this, just that I was a little like sad about the ending. Like not sad, but I kind of wanted more from it, but the entire experience of reading this has been absolutely amazing, so would highly recommend it. Daphne du Maurier writes so beautifully and she creates such vivid images. I didn't even talk about the plot of this book, but it's basically about this woman, and the character, the woman who is the protagonist of the book, is not even named throughout the entire book, so we don't know her name. But I feel like that's being done just to show us how insignificant she kind of is in a way, because of the way she feels throughout the entire book, so like most of the book. So she marries this man like she meets on a trip, and she goes and lives with him at Mandalay at his house, and there she is kind of haunted by his past and by his ex-wife called Rebecca, like named Rebecca, and it's very eerie, and you kind of start to think, is it like a horror book or what? But recommend it. The next book, oh my god, I love this so much. This is The House of Salt and Sorrows. I actually got this in one of my TBB boxes, and I remember again reading it in like 2 to 3 days, and it was just so beautiful. It's kind of a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. Again, there are 12 sisters, but at the start of the book, like 4 of them die, like they start dying, and again it's very creepy. It's very kind of just, it feels haunted, and you'll see why. But the entire setting of the book, I just loved it. It was quite creepy. I would say it kind of leans toward horror books, I would say, like haunted books, but it is also a thriller and a mystery kind of, so would definitely recommend this again. So now the next book, and this is the only hard copy I have. All of the other books I've either read on the Kindle or listened to on audiobooks. So this is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Now this is a book that kind of feels haunted as well, but you'll see what it is as you read it. Basically, it's about this girl, I forgot her name, Maggie, who lives in this house with her parents, and then one night they kind of flee away from the house, and nobody knows why exactly. Like, she doesn't exactly remember anything happening, but her parents keep saying that it's haunted and there were ghosts and stuff or something happened. But Maggie just hasn't believed that all her life, and then her dad passes away, and she finds out that the house is left to her, and she wants to go back to see what exactly was up with this house. So she wants to go there and renovate the house. And yeah, a lot of things start happening, very creepy things, and it is definitely very spooky. If you like haunted house stories, you will probably like it, though I feel like the ending, I just had a lot of questions about it. So I did give this 4 out of 5 stars, but still I really did love it, so would recommend it if you want like a haunted house story. I have heard that The Haunting of Hill House is kind of similar to this or even better, and I haven't read that yet, so I can't wait to read that. But I don't know if that's a thriller or a haunted book, like a horror book. I'll read it later. Now I have some ebooks. I have like a list on my phone. So the next book again is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I don't know, like I don't see a lot of people talk about this book, but basically it's about these girls who like there are these 3 girls, I think, and they have like been in different incidents where they have been the final girl. So basically all of the final girl is basically when, you know, there's a group of people and then everybody's killed and there's only one person left. That's what they call final girls. And there are these 3 different final girls from different situations, and one of them dies, and then the other girl, the second girl, goes to meet the third girl because she thinks that she's in danger or something. And it's like the entire story, you're just like kind of creeped out as to what exactly is happening. And the ending really got me because I didn't see it coming. I feel like that is one reason I just loved it so much. I do think I gave it like 5 stars. It was just amazing. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you like want a very like page-turning book and something that really like, you know, surprises you, because that's what I love about thrillers, obviously. But yeah, that is another book by Riley Sager, and I do have another book by Riley Sager as well, which is The Last Time I Lied. That book was so creepy as well. So in this book, it's about this camp setting, and I really loved like the whole setting of it. It felt really cozy but still creepy. It is a very creepy book, but it's about this girl. I forgot her name again. I keep forgetting these names, but she so there's this girl who had gone to this camp, and like I think 2 or 3 girls went missing in the camp, and nobody knows where they are. They've never been found, and they didn't even find the bodies. And then later this girl grows up and the camp was shut down, but it has been reopened, and she goes back to the camp and she tries to uncover what exactly happened. It is so creepy again, honestly. The ending, I didn't see it coming, and it's one other reason like why I really love the book. But the overall story, very creepy. I do feel like there was like 1 or 2 things that were I feel like didn't really make sense, but I gave this book again 4 stars out of 5, but I do recommend it if you're looking for a good thriller. So yeah, those are I think all of the Riley Sager books. The other book that I want to talk about, it's an audiobook. I mean, I listened to it on audio, and I highly recommend you do listen to this on audio because the narration was done so well, and also in the ending there's something really important that you may miss out if you're reading it physically. So it's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things by I think Ian Reid. I'll put the cover here, but this book is basically about this like couple who are going to, I think, the boyfriend's parents' house, and this girl is thinking of ending things. At the start, it like ending things with her boyfriend, and at the beginning it feels very like normal, but things start to seem very strange slowly, and you'll see why. And the ending just got me. Like the whole thing was so creepy, and I was like, what is happening? And I remember again I finished this in a day, but it was just so creepy later. But yeah, definitely recommend the audiobook. Very strange, but a good thriller. Again, the other book, which again I listened to on audiobook, and I definitely do recommend the audiobook for this as well, and that is Behind Closed Doors. I forgot the author, but I'll put the cover here. And in this book, again, the narration is done well, and the thing is, I feel like it wasn't really very suspenseful. Like we know, or we find out what's gonna happen eventually, and it's not like absolutely thrilling in a way, but at the same time it's something so realistic that it feels very scary, like the whole story. So I don't want to give any spoilers here, and that is why I'm not like going into detail, but all I will say is it's about a couple, and everything seems too good to be true with this couple. But the wife like does a lot of strange things that people really don't understand. So she doesn't own a phone. She you know, does like seems like the perfect wife, but there are a lot of creepy things happening around this couple, and that's all I want to say. But yeah, the next book, again, this book is very popular, so I feel like you might have heard of it, and that's The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. This book, again, it's about this nanny who gets this job, and she goes to this place to like look after the kids there, and strange things start happening in the house, and then one of the kids dies, and yeah, that's the entire plot of the book, and it's a very like creepy haunted house kind of a situation. The ending again was quite surprising, though I feel like at the same time it was not super surprising, but it was a little so. So I gave it like 4 stars again, but I feel like if you want like a creepy haunted house experience, it was a quite good book. The next book, and I feel like this is the last book in the entire list, I did not mention Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. It's another really popular book, but I just didn't like it as much later on because I felt like it was just taking a lot of different tangents, and then in the ending I was just like tired of the whole story, so I didn't talk about that one. But the last book is a book by Sidney Sheldon. So I have read a lot of books by Sidney Sheldon, but sadly I did not remember them well, just because I read them like so long ago that I want to reread mostly all of them. But I don't have the physical copy that I read from because my mom had bought it from like the train where like the sellers used to come and sell these like kind of pirated books, and I didn't like the font in it because it was just not clear, so I gave away that book. But it is The Tides of Memory by Sidney Sheldon, and I think even Tilly Bagshaw wrote it with him, I think. But this book, I don't remember the story at all, but all I remember is that it was absolutely amazing. That's all I have to say, because I honestly forgot it because it's been like 10 years or so since I read it. So yeah, that was all. Those are all of the books that I wanted to mention, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I definitely want to read more good mysteries because like these are the only cozy mystery books I've read that, or thrillers that I've read that I've loved. I've read many others but I didn't like them as much, so yeah, I just mentioned the ones I really loved. And if you pick any of these up, do let me know how you find them, and if you have any other recommendations for thrillers or mysteries that I should pick up and read, do let me know because I'm looking for some good ones. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in a new video soon. Hope you're taking care and staying safe. Bye.